What's good, YouTube? What's good, Twitch? It's your boy Dgotsauce, and I'm back with another live stream. It's episode number 33, and we are here, man. We are active. We got some stuff we got to talk about today. It's been a lot going on, man. It's been a lot going on. And like always, I like to say this. Thank you guys so much for y'all viewership. I'm not always perfect. I don't always get it right, but I try to do my best every time I come on here. And I just try to bring y'all the best content possible that I can do, and I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all. Y'all, we're growing. And, there's no better feeling. There's no better feeling. I'm feeling great. I hope you're feeling great. And shoot, make sure you guys leave a like on the video if y'all appreciate y'all boy. Hit that subscribe button too. You already know how it is. We got some stuff to talk about today. Now, we're going to start it off in Baltimore, Maryland, of course, because I think that's one of the biggest stories that I would like to cover. Not the biggest, but one of the biggest stories out of the day that I would like to cover. And there was a bridge that got hit by a cargo ship, and it made the entire bridge collapse. So this is bad. This is bad. And I heard a little bit of the audio from what they were saying, like the bridge people, the bridge workers, what they were saying to each other, how they wanted to shut the bridge down and try to reroute everybody. There was no real urgency, no real hold on, sorry about that. It looked like we lost my camera here. There was no real urgency. Hold on. We're gonna try to get this right, man. We're gonna try to get this right. So what we'll do is we'll just go straight to the video, try to fix our camera, and we'll give our thoughts as we fix this stuff. All right, we'll give our thoughts. But there was no real urgency coming into this this call for help, this call to stop people, to pretty much save them from their own demise. Let's tune into the video, man, and see what's happening in Baltimore.
This morning, a stunning bridge collapse at the port of Baltimore.
The entire Key Bridge in the harbor.
The Francis Scott Key Bridge plunging into the water overnight after it was hit by a cargo container ship.
I wanted to know what the bang was. Ship hit the Key Bridge, sinking. The bridge is gone. Holy hell.
Video shows smoke coming from the ship before it hit the bridge. The bridge is normally a major artery spanning the Patapsco River, and though the collapse happened in the early morning hours, 1:30 a.m., video shows cars crossing moments before the ship hits. The traffic then paused, but vehicles were still on the bridge as it then crumbled into the water. Fire department and Coast Guard teams rushed to the scene, rescuers searching the water overnight.
Still very much in an active search and rescue posture. Our sonar has detected the presence of vehicles submerged in the water.
The ship is an almost 950-foot container vessel called Dolly, headed from Baltimore to Sri Lanka. The Synergy Marine Corporation saying it collided with the bridge pillar, and all of its crew members, including the two pilots, have been accounted for. The ship reportedly lost power while in the water. This morning, with the sun rising, search teams continue looking for any survivors in the water as the Baltimore area reels from a major collapse.
Tom, we know that there were vehicles in the water, as that official pointed out. The weather is very cold. So if there are survivors who are still in the water, how long can they safely remain in those cold temps?
Yeah, 40, 45 degrees in the water, 32 degrees outside right now where we are. We checked with the University of Minnesota Duluth, and they're saying at about 7 minutes, if you're in the water, you start to have exhaustion. And then you may have, if you're lucky, if you've got a flotation device, if you've got the right gear, you might be able to survive for an hour. So we are now.
So here's the gist of this, right? I apologize for my camera being out right now, y'all. This is a little sad, but here's the gist of this. These people are missing. They're completely submerged underwater. Sorry, I don't see any sign of them. I don't see any sign of them surviving, obviously. They're pronounced dead. They're pronounced dead right now. And this is a tragic, tragic event because nobody expected this to happen at 1:30 in the morning. Nobody was looking for this. People were probably just coming home from their jobs, probably, coming home from a late night friend's house, maybe. Who knows? Who knows? They're saying that no civilians, though, were on the bridge at the time. It was purely just the workers that are pronounced dead.
Several hours, almost 6 hours into this episode, survivability is really potentially very, very challenging. But overhead, helicopters continue to search the water for any signs of survivors. And this is an all hands on deck effort in terms of Baltimore and Maryland state authorities and surrounding counties all sending mass resources into this area, trying to find anybody who might be in the water.
Let's talk, Tom, if we could, about this cargo ship
crazy,
itself.
man.
Earlier, you and I were on the air. We could not even make out in the dark whether the ship was still afloat. We now see that it is. We've been told by authorities that the crew remains on the ship, including presumably the pilot of this vessel. What is the investigation going to look like now? As I understand it, by law, you have to, if you're traveling these very complex waters of in and around the Baltimore Harbor and the Chesapeake Bay, you have to have a local marine pilot on because it is so complex. Yeah. If we can even roll the video, Tom, in the moments before it hits this structure, this key part of the pylon of the bridge's structure, the ship looks dark. It looks like it's lost power.
Yes, and there was one report that it had, in fact, lost power. The fire department chief is saying that they will not put people on board that ship until they do a full damage assessment to determine how.
So the ship lost power, lost all control. They sent warnings to the people at the base, and they could not do anything about it. The first thing I'm going to say, whoever died in this situation, we're praying for their families. But that's a big lawsuit for everybody. That's a huge, huge lawsuit. And I don't blame them one bit if they sue the entire company that ran that ship and if they sue the government in the state of Maryland. I wouldn't be surprised if they did that.
How safe it is, and then they've got to evacuate the crew and determine how seaworthy the vessel is. However, at the moment, it seems to be fine. The NTSB will actually be running the investigation into how this happened. But I must say, the locals here are stunned that this ship would, first of all, crash into one of these pylons. Again, we don't know if they had control of the ship. And secondly, stunned that this bridge would be so vulnerable to collapse with the ship hitting a pylon. Just a whole series of questions that you can imagine the entire city is asking. I would make the point we are right up against, very close to I-95, that critical north-south corridor on the East Coast. I-95 is open.
I can't imagine being on the bridge, driving in a car, and seeing this happen in real time. Let me know if you guys think y'all would survive this Final Destination type vibe. This is pretty much what happened in Final Destination. People were stuck on the bridge ended up collapsing, a lot of people dead. A lot of people went missing. This is exactly how that movie went. Now, obviously, sometimes I think I'm Superman, so I think I'll survive. But the reality of the situation is, if I can't get out my car, I'm a dead man. But this is just extremely sad altogether.
695, however, is closed. And so if you are planning to come up and down the East Coast, be aware that the area around Baltimore is going to be really, really trying and problematic just in terms of traffic. And the port of Baltimore itself, one of the busiest in the country, is going to be reeling from this and trying to determine how safe it is to move ship traffic in and out.
Live pictures out of Baltimore as the sun's coming up, Tom. The Francis Scott Key Bridge perhaps totally collapsed this morning, a 1.5 mile thoroughfare right around Baltimore City.
Hey, that's extremely sad, man. That's extremely sad. Thank you guys for tuning in. Let me know how you guys feel about this down in the comments below. We're having some technical difficulties already. We struggle streaming, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. But you know what? Y'all? We still gonna get through this stream. We still gonna get through the stream. We're just gonna have to deal with it. We're just gonna have to deal with this one. This is what I mean by, yo, I know I'm not perfect. I'm not perfect. But I'm going to be doing this thing to the best ability that I can. Yeah, I thank you guys for tuning in, though. I really do. All you guys that are new, all you guys that I have not met before. As I work on figuring out if I can get this camera to come back on. Let me know how you guys are feeling. Let me know how you guys are doing today. I'd love to know. Yeah, I'm gonna figure this camera thing out. I'm gonna mess around with my settings a little bit just to see if I can somewhat get this thing to reconnect. Let's see if I can get this thing to reconnect, y'all. Make sure you guys leave a like on the stream. Okay. Well, I tried. I tried. And we're back. Yay! Yay! We're back. Yay! Oh my gosh, we're back. Hold on, y'all, man. I'll be right back. All right. This is bad, but hold on. All right. That's how you struggle stream. I hope you guys fast forward. I hope you guys fast forward if you guys are watching this on the replay, man. This is how you struggle stream 101. We're gonna get into the next topic though, y'all. And we're bringing it to Haiti. Haiti. We're back in the headlines, Haiti, man. Y'all was supposed to stop this violence. So we want to know what's going on in Haiti since the president has stepped down. Let's tune into the video, y'all.
The United Nations is warning that illegal weapons from abroad are fueling gun violence in Haiti. The island nation remains in political limbo, with details of a transitional council still to be revealed more than 2 weeks after Haiti's prime minister resigned. That followed a wave of violence in the capital, Port-au-Prince. The UN says arms trafficking has helped the gangs who have caused chaos in the country, as Nomia Iqbal reports from the port city of Cap-Haïtien.
Parts of this volatile nation are now a war zone, flooded with guns and gangs. Haiti is a country that doesn't manufacture weapons, yet its people are living in a state of terror, perpetuated by hundreds of armed gangs. Juliet points to where she was shot. Gangs ambushed an event she was working at in Port-au-Prince.
I said to everyone, one, because they are shooting, and then I was shot twice.
Whoever did that voiceover is straight out of Haiti, for sure. She's on the money with that accent. She said a 1-1. She said 1-1. It's not safe here. Listen, I thought barbecue, and I'm talking to you. If you happen to see this, who knows if you're gonna see it or not? But I'm talking to you, Mr. Barbecue. Y'all said that y'all was going to stop the gun violence. There was going to be a ceasefire once the prime minister steps down. And y'all are still fighting out there in the streets. Now what are y'all fighting for? Who are y'all fighting against? I know y'all are probably fighting against police. And y'all are probably fighting against, innocent people who are just trying to protect their stuff. This is not right. This ain't right. What's going on?
10 people were killed, including her business partner. She struggles to talk about what happened. Juliet fled to Cap-Haïtien, carrying her belongings and bullet scars. This shared space is all she has. Gangs have taken over the home she owns in Port-au-Prince.
At the beginning, our political leaders didn't do anything to stop these gangs. They let them grow and grow and grow, and now it's too complicated to stop them. The gangs are everywhere.
More than 30,000 people have fled the capital, paying high prices to take the bus to Cap-Haïtien. There's a moment of relief as this father sees his 14-year-old son has made it safely.
The journey was very long, more than 6 hours. I was praying the whole way. There were a lot of gunshots in one area. Our bus just missed them.
Another passenger has a message for America.
All the guns here are from the US. If the US want to stop this, they could do it in 1 month.
There is no exact number for how many trafficked firearms are currently in Haiti.
All of the weapons going into Haiti is from the US, is what he's saying. And if that is true, y'all can see why the U.S. is known in a bad light. Sometimes the U.S. should just mind their own business. Sometimes the U.S. should just stay out of it. Why would the U.S. be funneling weapons, military assault rifles, and etc. into Haiti? Unless it's not just the U.S. government, it could be the United States citizens that are corrupt also, that are just trying to funnel this war. This is sad, man. This is sad.
A UN report in January said some estimates put it at 500,000 weapons here as of 2020.
Weapons are being smuggled into Haiti by air, land and sea. There have been seizures in the country's main ports, including here in Cap Haitian, where guns and ammunition are hidden in shipping containers. They then end up in the hands of violent gangs who are becoming Haiti's de facto rulers.
The chief prosecutor here says...
Can't make this up, y'all. Camera cut out again, man. Camera cut out again. You know what that means? It's time for a new camera. Shake my head. Let's continue, though.
He's never seen it so bad in Haiti.
For me, it's just like a nightmare.
With guns being so prolific, is there a fear the violence could spread beyond the capital?
Are they scared of coming here?
Of course, yes. Because we're not playing with them. Anything can happen. Because if this is a gangster that come, he's not coming to play. So we're not playing with them either.
The US State Department announced a plan last year to work with Haitian police to tackle gun trafficking. But with no head of state and effectively no government, gun violence is yet another vicious circle Haiti is trapped in, with no clear way out.
We're praying for Haiti, man. We're praying for Haiti. We're praying for my camera right now because we struggle streaming. Thank you guys for tuning in. I do appreciate y'all viewership. Let me know how you guys feel about this down below in the comments. And yeah, we're gonna get on to the next subject. We are struggle streaming tonight, but we still streaming. We're struggle streaming, but we still streaming. And listen here. Listen here. This is a part of it. This is a part of the process. It's a part of the process. It's a part of it. This stuff is going to happen. Whether we like it or not, it's going to happen. I'm figuring it out, how to get it back, but this thing keeps turning off on me, and I'm not sure why it keeps doing that. Honestly, I'm not sure why. I'm not sure why. So please forgive me. It keeps turning off on me. Let's see if we can get into this next subject without interruption. And this subject is one of the big subjects of the night. Sean P. Diddy Combs. Back in the headlines. Back in the news. Back doing dumb stuff. There's no excuse for what's going on here. It was bound to happen. When you live you live your life some type of way. Let's just be clear here. When you live your life, and I'm not saying that P. Diddy is an evil person in any way, or his family is evil. But when you live your life in a worldly way, expect worldly things to happen to you. When I say that, I mean when you live your life like you're untouchable, expect to get touched. Ain't no way that all of these allegations and all of these accusations are just coming out the what? Ain't no way. This has been put together and carefully looked after for years on top of years on top of years. And it's unfortunate that it's now coming to bite him in the butt. P. Diddy is going through it, y'all. And obviously, this stuff is still allegations, but he's not being investigated by the FBI. And they have such a high percentage when it comes to wins that it's almost damn near impossible to come out of this. It's almost impossible. I don't know what Diddy's going to do. It doesn't seem like he's being phased because, you know, this thing is going to take its course regardless. But we going to see what ends up happening in Sean Diddy Combs' life. Let's tune into the video and see what's happening out in the streets, LA and Miami.
Tonight, the first public statement from music mogul Sean Diddy Combs following raids on 2 of his homes as part of a possible sex trafficking investigation. CBS's Carter Evans reports on what authorities may have been looking for.
There was nothing subtle when federal agents conducted high-profile raids at 2 large properties in Los Angeles and Miami, owned by music mogul Sean Diddy Combs. Raids that tonight his attorney calls a gross overuse of military-level force. Why a simultaneous cross-country search?
Oh, I think they wanted this to be a bit of a surprise. It's a big raid, and what they were going in was to try to find all types of evidence.
There are 2 distinct images of Combs, the iconic performer and...
Man, they give key to the cities to anyone, man. This is our celebrities. These are the people that we used to look up to, thinking that they all this and all that. Little did we know behind the scenes, they doing some wild, crazy stuff.
the one named in multiple lawsuits accusing him of everything from rape to sex trafficking. Last December, Combs posted a statement saying, "I did not do any of the awful things being alleged." The lawsuits so far have been in civil court. As for the latest searches,
if it involves sex trafficking or drugs or weapons or other illegal behavior, it can easily go from a civil investigation to what we see now, a criminal investigation.
TMZ published video, it says, was after the raids began. It showed Combs walking around Opa-locka Airport near Miami. A short time later, at the same airport, Miami-Dade police arrested Brendan Paul for drug possession. Paul was described in a previous lawsuit as Diddy's mule, someone used to get drugs and guns.
So what Sean Combs needs to do is follow his lawyer's advice, which undoubtedly is not to talk to people, not try to hinder the investigation, and not try to flee.
Now, Diddy's lawyer calls the law enforcement action and
Diddy's in a whole nother country right now on a private jet. He don't care nothing about what's going on in his house. He don't care nothing about that stuff. I don't know. The only thing I could say for P. Diddy to do is honestly stay low key, stay out the way, do what you got to do to make things better. But it might be too late. It might honestly be too late for P. Diddy. I don't see this thing just going back to normal. After this, we will never look at P. Diddy the same. We'll never look at him the same. Let me know how you guys feel about this down in the comments below. The allegations are wild. Obviously, innocent until proven guilty. But it's looking real bad for your boy, man. It's looking real bad for your boy. Let me know how you guys feel about this. Thank you guys for tuning into the stream. Shoot, say what's up in the chat if you're with me. Let's get into the next video though, man. You know, I love these people that think that they can just come online or go around day by day identifying as who they want to be. You know, and I personally, I want to say this now before you guys try to, cancel me. But I personally do not care for how you identify as yourself. If you choose to identify yourself as something else, then you do that. But what you're not going to do, you're not going to force that on me. You're not going to force that on the people who want to be normal. Okay? And this right here, we got a woman that takes her son to the vet because he identifies, guess what? As a cat. He's walking around the house saying, meow, meow. He's going around the house to his little corner, eating out the cat bowl, licking out the water bowl. And last but not least, he's using the litter box. Ladies and gentlemen, this son identifies as a cat. Let's tune into the video.
Now another blast from the past, courtesy of our socialist friends. If you've ever wanted to know why socialism fails everywhere it's been tried, then take a look at this clown show.
Keep the chatter to a minimum. It's affecting my ability to focus. Thank you.
Thank you, comrade. Okay, is there a speaker against name, chapter, pronouns?
Point of personal privilege.
Yes.
Please do not use gendered language to address everyone.
Comrade had when they spoke about the trauma, I would like to ask people to please use trigger warnings.
Thank you. I would ask the same.
I warned y'all. I warned y'all, right? Because this might trigger some of y'all. Don't take offense. Just hear me out. Don't take offense, all right? I love you. I don't love what you're doing, though.
My name is Erica. I use they, them pronouns. I'm from Lincoln, Nebraska.
Go ahead.
Cassandra, she, her from Metro DC. People are really crowding the aisles. It'd be really nice if we could limit it to like 6 people for and 6 people against, actually standing up so that we can actually see what's going on in the room.
Thank you, comrade.
Thank you, Madam Chair. My name is Yessie. My pronouns are they, them, and I'm part of the San Diego chapter.
Comrade?
Point of privilege. I also ask that the safety considerations that were mentioned earlier by the comrade of having the aisles filled with people be respected.
Point of privilege. Well, my pronouns are Persian and princess, or should I identify as a Persian cat? It's
well, I identify, my pronouns is black man. I think if you look at me, that's what you see, correct? Yeah, y'all tell me what y'all see. Do y'all see a unicorn when you look at me? Do y'all see a female when y'all look at me? Just let me know. What y'all see when y'all look at me? Because I see a black man. That's what I think I identify as, but I might be wrong.
all the rage.
Son does identify as a cat, but I cannot take him to a vet because I tried that, and the veterinarian told me that because he has human anatomy, that he does not know how to work on him or diagnose him with anything, and he legally cannot. So, and while I do think that is a form of discrimination, because, my son, if he says he's a cat, he is a cat. and he needs to be treated like that, like one, you know. But I'm not going to press charges because I know that he could lose his license if he did work on my son. So I'm not gonna try to sue him or anything. So don't worry. But this is something that I want to raise awareness on, because I do think that people that identify as an animal should be able to go to the vet. You know, that's the medical attention that they're wanting. And so I really do appreciate you asking this question. I think it's an important topic that we discuss, because if we don't, we're never going to make progress. And these people that identify as cats are going to have to continue going to human doctors.
It's becoming
No. No. Y'all are so delusional. And I think you guys are severely traumatized. I don't know what you guys grew up with. I don't know what you guys watched growing up. I don't know who y'all parents were. But my child cannot identify as a cat. We ain't gonna be going to no doctor, no veterinarian, wasting him or her time with my child acting like he's a cat. That's just not happening. We ain't doing all that. Y'all are doing too much. Y'all doing way too much. Y'all are identifying as blind, mops, cats, fishmen. Y'all are doing the most. The absolute most. And I think we're tired of it. I know I'm tired of it. The rest of the world's been tired of it. You guys are not cats. Y'all are not animals. Y'all are not different. Y'all are just confused. And we'll leave it at that. Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate y'all viewership. Man, lefties is losing it, man. The lefties is losing it. And would you guys just take the time? Take the time to really work on yourself. Make sure that you're doing okay. Have some friends that hold you accountable. You know, not no friends that just say yes to you or be yes men, because, you know, that'll lead you down a bad way. Have some friends that will push you to be the best version that you can be. You know why? Because we don't get that anymore. We don't get that. We get a lot of, oh, they feel this way, so just let them feel that way. We get that. But surround yourself with people who are going to put your best interest at heart. And honestly, that is some of the best advice that anyone can take from out of these situations, because this is mentally, this is messed up, and it's going to mess up a lot of people. And if y'all are not aware of y'all surroundings, and if y'all are not aware of the things that we're taking in on a daily basis, and just allowing this stuff to just pretty much take over the streets, there's going to be a lot of confused and mentally unstable people out here walking around. Like this guy right here.
He's having a nice feast.
She, her.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay. It's all good.
But it was not all good.
Hi. I use she, her pronouns. I'm not sir. Yeah, like it's like a knife in the heart. I did specifically ask ahead of time not to be called sir. Yeah, I'm just gonna go. Okay. The Sweetwater starts at okay. Not.
I'm so sorry. I apologize.
It's just always like a knife. It always hurts every single time. I was wondering if there's a manager I could talk to about something that happened. Yeah, I was called sir. Oh, okay. It just really sucks every time it happens. I don't need to be called ma'am. I just need to not be called sir. You know? Thank you.
You see what I mean? Y'all see what I mean? All seriousness, all jokes aside, right? All jokes aside, because we clearly can look at him and see, yo, this is just a man. He's just got long hair. He's wearing a sports bra, a short shirt. We get it. We get it. But if me as a normal person, right, was raised to see a man and know what a man is, and was raised to see a woman and know what a woman is, if I mispronounce or if I say exactly what I see, I should not be criticized for it. I should not be punished for it. And I should not and you will be offended. Okay? You might be offended, but you shouldn't be offended. That's all I'm trying to say.
Can you call me sir? I just want to tell you that the person who gave me this called me sir.
What?
Call me sir.
Oh.
It's just like, it kind of.
You notice how nobody actually cares. Nobody cares. Look at, what are you doing with this choke around your neck? Mental health is a real thing, ladies and gentlemen. Check on your friends.
Just hurts a lot to get called sir.
Oh, sorry about that. Okay.
Very good. Thank you so much. No, oh, yeah. Thank you. I'm not a sir. Nothing like a good misgendering. It is a knife in the gut when I get called sir. I feel like I need to tell him. I need to tell him that hurt. It hurts more though, and it's not intentional, because it means like this is sir to him. I know you didn't mean it, but I'm not a sir.
I'm so sorry. No, yes. No, absolutely. This is he. I see a man. Yes. If you want me to be honest with you, sir, although you identify as a woman, I offer it. Excuse me. How's your day today, sir? That's how I would look at you. That's how I would talk to you. You're just a man with curly long hair. That's what I see. That's the honest truth. That's the honest truth. Y'all let me know what y'all see, man.
It's okay. I know you didn't mean it. It's just, it hurts. I know when people clock me, it's fine, but like it does kind of hurt. Thank you. I'm not sir. Not sir. Not sir. But the guy who dropped the food off, he called me sir twice in a row.
Okay. I'll let him know that, and
Thank you. I appreciate that. I am not sir. Do you want to say that to the camera?
He said, you know you're a man, right? You mean want to say that to the camera? Yeah.
Do you want to say that to the camera? Hundreds and hundreds of people watching you? Yeah, go ahead. No, go ahead. You just called me a man. Don't be a coward.
He ran off.
Don't be a coward.
Yo, why you running off?
You're a coward. Come on over. Say what you got to say to me.
Yeah, say what you got to say.
Oh, you don't want to call me a man to my face? Come on over. What do you got to say? What do you got to say about transgender people? Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
I did not know this man was trans. What do you go by? What do you go by?
Does it matter?
It does, because I'm asking you.
Say what you got to say. There's a lot of people watching you.
The real question is, it doesn't matter if you're transgender or not. Are you with that? Are you with the people that march and be like, we're coming for your kids? That's where it's bad. That's when it gets bad.
And my man is talking absolute facts. You can tell he's a younger kid too. And he's worried about what the little kids is thinking, what the little kids is about to grow up. Y'all are breeding a world of chaos and y'all don't even realize it. Or maybe you do realize it, and maybe that's just y'all plan. Maybe. Listen to this, man. I heard a story, right? I heard a story from a friend, man. They went to work. And someone came into their work office, and the parents identified as they, them. And this person thought to themselves, I hope they don't make their kids say this stuff. Next thing you know, they ask, okay, what's the kid's gender? And the parent says, this one is they, and this one likes to be called them. 5-year-old kids, y'all. 5-year-old kids. The boy had painted pink fingernails, wearing a skirt. The girl had a buzz cut, wearing a pants. Nothing wrong with women wearing pants, but y'all understand what I mean. Parents confusing little kids. Now these little kids is going to be growing up thinking that they don't know what the hell they identify as. They just out here living like them. And that's going to be normal to them. They're going to be looking at me and others and all the rest of the world that is like, no, this is not a good thing. They're going to be looking at us like we're the problem because we're normal. But to them, it's going to be normal. And it's absolutely insane what is actually happening in these streets.
You need to stay up.
What's your name?
Me? K.
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 K-A-Y?
K-A-Y.
Okay, and what's your name?
I don't give you any of mine.
You certainly don't. What's your
My
name?
name's JJ, and is y'all thing a cult? It's like LGBTTL cult or something?
Yeah.
Can I ask why you didn't step in? What you were standing and watching? They called me a pedophile. They were verbally harassing me.
I didn't hear him call you that. I didn't know. I honestly have no idea what conversation you're having.
Yo, this guy is sad, bro. This guy is very sad, man. I said it on camera. I'll say it again. This is a man. This is just a man with long hair, and y'all not confusing me, and we ain't gonna be confused just because y'all want us to be. We ain't doing that. Let me know how you guys feel about this down in the comments below. Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate y'all viewership. We got them out the way, man. We got him out the way. We got him out the way. You can feel how he wants to feel, but we ain't doing that here. We are not doing that over here. I still respect you, sir, but we ain't doing that over here. Thank you guys for tuning in. I love you guys. I appreciate y'all. Make sure you guys leave a like on the stream, and make sure you guys hit that subscribe button if y'all are new. And yeah, let me know how you guys feel about that down below if y'all are watching this on the replay. Please forgive me, man. I was struggle streaming earlier, so we still got through it. We still here, and we doing what we got to do. But man, the struggle stream was real earlier. Anyways, we gonna get into the next video, and we gonna bring it to our friends in Chicago. Not only are they our friends, they are our migrant friends in Chicago. Another man/migrant is charged for attacking and sexually assaulting a woman in the streets of Chicago. Let's tune into the video and see what's happening over here.
A migrant from Venezuela is facing charges accused of attacking and sexually assaulting women.
One of those attacks leading to an alert from the UIC campus. Casey Cronus is live with the latest on the case against him. Casey?
Sylvia and Terrence, a judge has denied pretrial release for that man as prosecutors argued he's already attacked 2 women and they do not want to allow room for him to victimize any others. Take a look. Elvis Jesus Hernandez Pernalete, who
Elvis Jesus. How you got Jesus as your middle name and you out here sexually assaulting people? It don't make no sense. That don't make no sense, Jesus. You ain't Jesus. You Satan. Whoever named you that name gave you the wrong name, sir. Wrong name. And your ears is way too big for that head.
also goes by Luis Guevara, has been charged with criminal sexual abuse, aggravated battery and strangulation, robbery, and attempted robbery. According to UIC police, around 8 p.m. on March 16th, the Venezuelan migrant followed a woman from the UIC Halstead Blue Line station near Harrison and Morgan Streets, then physically and sexually assaulted her and stole her belongings. Court documents reveal this was not the first woman Pernalete followed from a train stop and attacked. Plus, in early March, he allegedly stole about $140 worth of merchandise from TJ Maxx. Alderman Ray Lopez, who has advocated for adding so-called carve-outs in the city's sanctuary city policy, says this would hold asylum seekers who come to the city and commit crimes accountable.
This is what some of y'all migrants came and traveled hundreds of thousands of miles to get over to the U.S. to do, just to end up in jail, just to shoplift, to sexually assault women, to steal. I'm so confused. Like, you came over here to get this American dream, this American freedom. Instead, you decide to waste every single bit of your time here in doing nonsense and demonic stuff like this. Huh, Jesus? Send them back to Venezuela, man.
Criminal activity that the small number of migrants are doing would never be allowed or permissible for someone who was, say, on the DACA registry, because they were very specific that you could not engage in any criminal behavior or risk deportation. And it's a slap in the face to everyone here that qualifies or was registered, knowing that they have to toe the line, and yet these individuals can act with impunity. Really stings the migrant community in particular.
Alderman Lopez says as it stands now, migrants who arrive in Chicago on buses from Texas are not being fingerprinted. Meanwhile, UIC police say the woman who was attacked a couple of weeks ago on campus has no affiliation with the school, and that suspect will be back in court on April 10th.
These people ain't getting fingerprinted. These people ain't getting background checks. And these people are out here ruining it for all the other migrants just trying to come in and do their thing. They out here ruining it for y'all good migrants. Y'all that are actually just trying to have the American dream. These little groups that are coming, especially from Venezuela, there's been a lot of crime coming from the Venezuelan migrants. There is something going on. And this is the reason why people are so upset. Because the 1% of you illegal immigrants that are coming over here are doing so much terrible crime that it cannot be overlooked. It cannot be overlooked. And I say, honestly, send them back home. Send them back home. Send them back home. But unfortunately, you know what's going to happen? We can send them back home, and they just going to go right back to the border. They're going to go right back to the border. They're going to walk right back in. Ain't nobody going to know who they is. They're going to give a fake name. They're going to get registered under a fake name and start all over again. all over again. Y'all heard it. He had two names. He identified as Jesus and he identified as Luis. Even the migrants is out here identified as something else. It don't make sense. It don't make sense out here in the streets, man. But thank you guys for tuning in. Let me know how you guys feel about this down in the comments below. We got two more videos that we gonna get into. And shoot, we gonna get on out of here, man. Y'all, I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Make sure you guys comment if you guys made it this far. I would love it to know if you guys did. This next video is in Harlem and it's staying on the migrants. We did a video last week of where the migrants were getting help. They're getting help with their paperwork. They're getting help with finding shelters, all the good stuff, all the stuff that y'all came here, the migrants have come here for. They're getting help in Harlem from an African immigration center, pretty much. They're helping people, and I'd like you guys to tune in and see what else is happening in the streets of Harlem with these migrants. Let's tune into the video, y'all.
Well, in a small, humble office in Harlem, a former asylum seeker is doing what she can to meet growing needs in the West African community.
In our series, Migrants in America, Fox 5's Stephanie Bertini shares her story.
They persecute me in my country.
He says political persecution forced him to flee Guinea, West Africa, a nation where significant human rights issues are a concern.
My life is safe here. I'm not afraid. I have no fear here because I know that I'm to the United States.
He says back home, others told him to head to New York City once he got to the U.S., and that's exactly what he did.
I traveled to Istanbul first. After Istanbul, Bogota, from Colombia, El Salvador, Nicaragua, Honduras, Guatemala, Mexico, before coming to the United States.
He's been here for less than 6 months, and like many migrants, he's facing challenges.
It's a little bit difficult because we don't have no working permit, no social.
It doesn't look like much from the outside.
Of course.
But Africana, a grassroots organization in Harlem, is a lifeline for West African migrants like him.
This is a safe place.
Adam Abba runs the place. She's the founder, too.
I'm a former asylum seeker myself. So from asylum to green card to citizenship. It took 16 years to become an American citizen.
Ba says she knows firsthand how complicated immigration matters can be.
It's taken her 16 years to get her citizenship. It's taking these new migrants 6 months. 6 months. And they're getting better treatment. They're getting shelter, they're getting food, and they're getting debit cards with money on it. And this lady is taking it out of her hands to help.
It's very confusing, but especially for Black migrants.
She says for migrants like the many from West Africa who are in her office daily, immigration issues are compounded by drastic linguistic, cultural, and religious differences.
For Black migrants, it's harder because the anti-Blackness starts from their journey in South America. They're charged extra. They are looked at different. They don't speak the language. They don't understand the culture.
Ba is an activist. She authored a book recounting some of her experience. She's worked with disenfranchised communities for years. Recently, responding to New York City's migrant crisis at the front lines, meeting asylum seekers as they arrive. And here at Africana, she is doing whatever she can to help them transition to a life in America.
The first thing we do is ID for you. There's no one that's going to rent an apartment with you if you're walking around with just immigration papers.
After filing asylum, migrants are eventually given work permits. The city has been housing many of them in more than 200 emergency shelters established during this migrant crisis. Newly rigid restrictions imposing limits on shelter stays are creating more hurdles, Ba says.
There's no stable place for them.
Y'all see the line of people trying to get shelter, trying to get food, trying to get immigration papers and passports and identifications. Now, shout outs to this woman, man. Shout outs to this woman. She is putting in work And she might go down in history as the greatest migrant of all time. She's the GOAT. She's the GOAT. And she's helping you guys. And y'all should be thanking her. Thanking her so much. That's all I gotta say about that.
So how do they apply for asylum? How do they move out of the shelter system? How do they get their driver's license? How do they get this stuff if they can't even get their mail?
I can't imagine how many letters are here.
Now, a makeshift mailroom is growing in the back of the office. That's because Ba allows asylum seekers to use the address here to get their mail.
Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah.
Here at Africana, migrants also get help transitioning their children to school and with enrolling themselves in one important course.
Enroll you in ESL school. The reason why we do that for Black migrants is because if they don't speak Spanish or English, they have a huge disadvantage. All the services are in Spanish or English.
She staffs her office with volunteers, most of them also migrants and asylum seekers.
The reality of it is Black migrants are not going to go to city and ask for help. They're going to come to people that look like them for help. They're going to go to their houses of worship. They're going to go to their faith institutions that they recognize for help.
And even though they feel they are better off here, on this day, this asylum seeker reminds us all what it feels like to miss home and how loved ones like family are irreplaceable.
I'm really sad because it has been like 3 months I didn't see them.
I can't feel bad. I'll be honest with you. I can't feel bad because they're getting help. Not only are they getting help, they chose to do this. They chose to do it. So it's a good thing that they're getting help. Don't get me wrong. I'm not against migration. I'm not against immigration or immigrants. I'm definitely against the criminal stuff, though. That is a fact. I don't want to see no criminals. I don't want to see no crime. I don't want to hear about nobody doing this to this person. I don't want to see nobody getting stabbed, getting shot at a shelter. That's not what y'all came here to do, unless some of y'all did. But that's not what we want y'all here for. We want y'all here to be good citizens. We want y'all here to be good people, hardworking people, people that's coming to work, trying to get the money, trying to get their hustle on. That's what we want to see. And we don't have no issue with you trying to get your bag. Get your bag. But the illegal stuff, we ain't dealing with that. We ain't dealing with that. Let me know how you guys feel about that down in the comments below. Make sure you guys leave a like on the video. And yeah, we're going to tune into the next one. I think this is going to be our last video of the night. We're a little bit over an hour now. Y'all know how I like to do it. I don't like to be here too long. I like to give y'all a nice an hour-long pace. A little bit longer than an hour. The most I'll go is like an hour 30. But we gonna finish it off here. In Moscow, there has been a big terrorist attack, and it left about 137 people dead. And ISIS is the one who is claiming to be the cause of this. Let's tune into the video and see what's happening out in the streets of Russia.
2 men have been charged in connection with Friday's attack on a concert venue just outside Moscow. Authorities now say at least 137 people died after 4 gunmen fired at concert goers before setting the building on fire. Well, today was declared a national day of mourning for the victims. The Islamic State group has released graphic footage which appears to back up its claim of responsibility. But Vladimir Putin has suggested Ukraine was involved. Here's our Russia editor, Steve Rosenberg.
In Moscow, wherever you looked, wherever you turned, you could see this was a country in mourning and in shock. Across Russia, flags flew at half-mast for the victims of the concert hall massacre. And at the scene of Friday's attack, Crocus City Hall, The queues grew longer and longer. The National Day of Mourning experienced most acutely here. There was an outpouring of sympathy, a mountain of tributes to the dead.
As well as leaving flowers and candles, people have also been bringing soft toys and sweets, because amongst the dead, there were children. They've also been leaving messages. One is addressed to the attackers, and it reads, "You are scum. We will never forgive you."
Among the crowd.
This is the sad part about what's going on over here, right? And of course, my condolences to all those families that lost a loved one, that lost a child, that lost a daughter, that lost a mother, that lost a father. But this is the sad, sad part about the world, that we still don't seem to get it correct. Russia's mourning, and so is Ukraine. Russia is mourning, and so is Ukraine. Although 137 people or more died out of this situation, there has been thousands of soldiers dying on the battlefield, and we don't even know exactly the reason why. I'm not saying, and I don't want to take away from this video, I'm not saying that this is not a big thing that happened, but it is not as big as the war that is happening right now.
There was a mixture of grief and anger.
It was a big shot because I live nearby and I saw it from my windows. It's horrific and a big tragedy.
Such a terrible loss, says Natalia. I'll never forgive or forget. Bring back the death penalty, Yevgeny says, for terrorists, for sure. This is how the attack had begun, with gunmen in the foyer and desperate attempts to take cover. The attackers moved on to the auditorium. By the end of this, more than 130 people were dead. 4 suspects have been arrested. Tonight, the suspected gunman appeared in court. Russia claims they'd been caught fleeing to Ukraine.
This is sad, man. This is sad. I heard they forced one of the guys. I heard they cut his ear off and they force fed it to him. That's what they did to one of these terrorists, which, with all due respect, he deserved it.
And had contacts there. Kiev fiercely denies any link to the attack.
That's the guy right there that they took off his ear and they forced him to eat it.
The Islamic State group says it was behind the shooting. And on this day of mourning, silent prayers from a somber-looking President Putin. The Kremlin says he lit a candle for the victims in church at his country estate. And Russia is praying that there will be no more attacks. If there are, that will test people's faith in the president to keep them safe. Steve Rosenberg, BBC News, Moscow.
Honestly, you cannot think that anyone could have really prevented this attack, because this is what terrorists do. Terrorists come into your town, they come into your, we lost connection again. Oh well. They come into your state, they come into your towns, and they do what they want to do. They do what they want to do, and they do it quickly. We're back. They do it quickly, and they try to kill off as much people as possible before they either kill themselves or they get killed. And I'm so shocked and I'm so surprised to see that these 4 men did not get killed. We do know for sure they're going to get tortured to death. There's no doubt about that. Putin is going to take care of them. He's probably going to, he's going to cut off their fingers first. Then he's going to cut off their toes. Then he's just going to start cutting off every limb one by one. No antibiotics. No steroids to stop the pain. They just going to be suffering until they die. And again, they deserve it. They deserve it.
Well, tonight, France has raised its terror threat level in response to the Islamic State group's claims of responsibility for the attack in Russia. Joining me now is our security correspondent, Frank Gardner. Frank, what can we say about why Islamic State might have targeted Russia?
Okay, well, there's kind of three reasons, really, three possible causes. One is Syria, where the Russian Air Force has been inflicting pretty heavy casualties throughout Syria's civil war on Islamic State fighters. And a recent communique by Islamic State's kind of leadership said, we will never forgive and forget. In other words, we will settle scores. So that's one possibility. Another is Afghanistan, where ISIS's what's called Khorasan branch are fighting the Taliban. Now, that's going to sound strange, but they are mortal enemies. And ISIS considers that the Taliban are allies of Russia. In 2022, they attacked the Russian embassy in Kabul. So that's another possibility. And the third is the general kind of suppression by Russia's FSB, that's the Domestic Security Agency, of suspected jihadists and other Muslim individuals inside Russia.
Based on this news tonight from France, Frank, what's your assessment of the Islamic State threat in Europe?
Well, it never went away. So MI5, for example, here in the UK, which is the security service, their highest priority, the bulk of their workload is still ISIS and Al-Qaeda inspired terrorism, trying to head off those threats. Now, currently Britain is at the middle of five levels of terror threat. It's at something called substantial, which means that it's not particularly reassuring. A terrorist threat is thought likely, but it's only the middle one. France has gone to the highest of 3. Now, that would only happen in this country if there was actual evidence of a terrorist plot, which there isn't at the moment.
Okay, Frank, for now, thank you very much, Frank Gardner.
Wow. Russia is at war with Ukraine. They try to blame Ukraine, but Ukraine said, nah, this ain't us, man. They still trying to blame Ukraine, but Ukraine said, nah, they saying us. ISIS boldly stood up and said, you know what, this is us. This is what we did. And they paid the dues about $5,000 each. Wow. 137 people dead from 4 men. This is sad. We're praying for the families. We're praying for all those that lost their lives. This is a tragic event. And it's happening in Russia. Although Russia is in war with Ukraine, which is obviously more tragedy. One day we may look back and see this in the future. We'll look back at this in the future and say, you know, this was all for nothing. This was all unnecessary. This all could have been avoided. But this is one of the worst times in the history of the entire world. Worst times. Nobody likes terrorists. Nobody likes terrorists. Let me know how you guys feel about that down below in the comments. I appreciate y'all viewership. Thank you for rocking with me. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure you guys leave a like on your way out. And make sure you guys hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed to your boy yet. Turn on those post notification bells so you guys can know when I'm posting and when I go live, so you guys can tune in with me and type in the chat and let the internet soldiers do their thing. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. I love you guys. Make sure you guys have a great rest of your night. This is episode 33. I'll see you guys on the next one. And until next time, peace.